'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Rise up this morning, smile at the rising sun. Three little birds sit on my doorstep, singing a sweet song. Don't you go? I heard a man and a man secret. That woman, she's a loving cup, and she sees to it that I give up just one touch from her. It can mean so much. It's like thunder, lightning. The way you love me is frightening. I wanna knock on wood, baby. I wanna knock. Think I better knock on wood. Think I better knock on wood. Think I better knock on wood. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on and grow. It won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Oh, brother, you need a hand. We all need somebody. Lean on. Oh, might have a problem that you understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Call me. Oh, now. Call me. Call me, brother. Call me. Call me. Oh, when you need a friend. Call me. Oh, call me now. Call me. Ooh, just call me.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on this wonderful Saturday morning as we pause to pay tribute to the man, the myth, and the legend. He is known from here in South Florida throughout this country as AJ. Some of you may not know that his true name is Arnold Jerome Mullins. We're here at a sad time as AJ has passed away, but we're going to celebrate his life and his legacy today in a way that is second to none. AJ, as I used to call him, AJ the Great, has made many friends in the area. Sure, he's a father, he's an uncle, and he's a friend of many. One of the ways that he gained that great friendship is by his big, gregarious smile and the way he greeted people. He treated everybody equally, and he had friends of all races, ages, and creeds. He was just an all-around great guy. That's AJ the Great. And as you just saw, man, could he play that guitar and could sing with the best of them. I used to call him sometimes the Lost Temptation. Boy, he could sing like the Temptation. He could sing like Teddy Pendergrass. He could give you some Barry White. He could give you some OJs. He could give you some Al Green didn't come right back and give you some George Benson. What a diverse individual, playing and singing. I just feel grateful to have met him. Who me? I'm Lee Pitts, the host of Lee Pitts Live on Fox 4 here in sunny Southwest Florida. And I got a chance to have AJ on my show many times, along with the great band Collaboration. I'm sure right now AJ is looking down on us as he's in heaven enjoying us making a big fuss about his great life, and he deserved it. Collaboration Band is the crown jewel of South Florida in terms of R&B and jazz and rhythm and blues and all types of music, Motown sound, and it's anchored by the voice of AJ. We have friends from here to Chicago, to New York, to California, and I'm sure throughout the Caribbean and all around the Western Hemisphere who are joining in. If you're not familiar with Fort Myers, Florida, that's where I'm coming from. This is where we know AJ best. Fort Myers is located in the southwest quadrant of the state of Florida. As a talk show host, one of the things you always try to do is you try to have interesting guests on the show. And that is not as easily done than said. But boy, when it comes around to trying to have great entertainment on the show, it gets even more complicated. Certainly to find great musicians to have on the show. I got a chance to have AJ on my show numerous times. I got a chance to talk to him in various venues and enjoyed it all. So now let's take a look at AJ on Lee Pitts Live as we celebrate his life that he lived on this memorial service on July 25th. Let's take a look at some times we shared on Lee Pitts Live.
There's a spark of magic in your eyes.
Bump, bump.
Candyland appears each time you smile.
Bump, bump, bump.
Never thought that fairy tales come true.
Boom, boom.
But they come true when I'm near you. You're a genie in disguise, full of wonder and surprise, and let you my golly wild.
Come on, boys.
You're the one that I've been waiting for forever.
Woo!
And never will my love for you.
Come on.
Keep growing strong.
Hey!
Keep growing strong.
I want y'all to leave them with some smooth sounds. This is dedicated to the Rico, Pastor Glover, First Lady Glover. Come up with some smooth sounds to take us off the air.
What you got, AJ?
Got some Stevie?
Stevie.
Uh-oh.
Oh, so long for this night I pray that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day. Well, a ribbon in the sky for our love. This is not a coincidence.
Come on.
It's for you. May I once again. It's for you.
Say it, AJ.
May I touch your hand for a ribbon in the sky. A ribbon in the sky.
Tag it, baby.
There's a ribbon in the sky for our love.
And you guys came in here like Earth, Wind, and Fire, the Commodores, the Gap Band, Ohio Players. You guys got like a real, all that equipment out there, man. They're going to be dancing and having a great time, right? Talk to me.
Yeah, we're looking forward to firing this up, and we're hoping a lot of people come out and enjoy the music, get a taste of what we're doing, and get in touch with us, and they can follow what we're doing starting tonight.
Okay, give us a little acapella, bro, before we go.
I'm so in love with you. Whatever you want to
See,
do.
I know to do this now.
Is all right with me. Cut it.
Boom.
I certainly had a lot of fun opening up with AJ there with the group. And I give you an idea of the star power that he had here in Southwest Florida. He was a television sensation when he first walked in. And I got a chance to hear him sing. I knew we had a star on our hands on Lee Pitts Live. Again, thanks for joining us here for these couple of hours as we reflect on the life and times of Jerome. We gather here nearly a month after his passing from this place to heaven. And it has been a sobering time for all of us, so this is a great time for us to get together and rally around a gentleman and a scholar, Jerome. Let me give you a rundown on how this morning will go. Shortly, I would turn it over to the Reverend Dr. William Glover of Mount Hermon Ministries, a place where AJ and Collaboration got a chance to do the honors with some great music at their masquerade ball. And the good Reverend will give us an opening prayer. This will be followed by a photo slide to music performed by some of Jerome's band members, Lonzo Bartlett and Mark Gonzalez. Afterwards, we will move to words from his niece, Shannon. Then we'll go on to a solo from his cousin, Lisa. Afterwards, we will hear reflections from Jerome's friends and his band members. A special message to Jerome's son will be given by his brother Earl. After that, I will share a way that we can honor Jerome's wishes. And I know we all want to honor his wishes. And his wishes will be a way to help his family during these trying times. So stay tuned for that. We will close with a video of AJ singing Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Oh, you're going to love that. So don't go anywhere. And certainly tag some people and tell them to tune in as well. Make sure you stay tuned to the end of this entire ceremony. We'll get a chance to hear a live performance at the end of the show, at the end of the ceremony. Now, when I first met AJ, I can remember it plain as day. He came into a taping about 2 years ago, flanked by the rest of the members of the Collaboration band that I had scheduled a show with Willie Miller as the lead manager of the organization and of the group Collaboration. I noticed that all the members of the band were so professional, but I still didn't know what to expect once we sat down. And of course, you've seen some of my conversation with them. But the moment we got into the acapella, I always do that on my show where I'll surprise somebody and throw an acapella at them, and unexpectedly. And when we threw that acapella to AJ, man, he lit up the studio. And from that point on, we started to develop a relationship from that taping. I developed a relationship with the entire group. And then when they would come out and perform at some of my public events, one Lee Pitts Live After Work is a social event. And I got a chance to mingle with them even more. And then on the side, I got a chance to have some conversation with AJ and I started to call him AJ the Great. When I first called him AJ the Great, he started smiling. You know how humble he is. He probably didn't like too much to be called great, but he did tell me it had a ring to it. So whenever I would see him, I would call him AJ the Great. I am so honored today that you guys have tuned in, and you're going to be honored as well. So let's get to it. The Reverend Dr. William Glover of Mount Hermon Ministries.
Hi, I'm Reverend Dr. William Glover, Senior Pastor of Mount Hermon Ministries. And on behalf of my wife, Cheryl Glover, our Mount Hermon Ministries family, and Redeeming Influence Community Outreach, we express our condolences on the passing of Mr. A.J. Arnold Mullins. Thank you for allowing me to participate in his homegoing ceremonies with this prayer. Would you please bow your heads? Heavenly Father, we exalt your great name. We declare your absolute lordship and your sovereignty over all the affairs of our lives. We thank you for AJ. We thank you for the unique way you gifted him, the talents you gave him, and the great joy it brought him, Father, to share those gifts and talents with others to bring joy to their lives. During this time of loss, Heavenly Father, we pray, God, that you will receive his spirit into your hands for his everlasting rest. We also pray, God, that you would bring peace and comfort to the family now, God. Give them the assurance to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Strengthen them, Father, during this time. You be their strength. You be their source of encouragement, God. You help them to draw strength and joy from each other, God, as they reflect fondly on AJ and how he impacted their lives in such a positive way. Lord, you are our Redeemer. You are our help, and we look to you. In the name of the Lord Jesus, we thank you. Amen.
No complaints and no regrets. I still believe in chasing dreams and placing bets. And I have learned that all you give is what you get. So give it all you've got. I had my share, I drank my fill, and even though I'm satisfied, I'm hungry still to see what's down another road beyond a hill and do it all again. So here's to life and every joy it brings. Here's to life, to dreamers and their dreams. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good gets better. Here's to life, here's to love, and here's to you. May all your storms be weathered, and all that's good get better. Here's to life, here's to love, and here's to you.
Hello, my name is Shannon, and for those of you that don't know me, I'm one of Jerome, aka AJ's nieces. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to everyone that has offered their condolences to our family at such a difficult time. Your kind words, and more importantly, your kind actions, are very much appreciated. As you all know, Uncle Jerome was very important, not only to our family, but to the community. He's going to be a very big miss for us, and there are no words that can express how distraught we are by his untimely passing. I'd like to share just a few of the many great memories that I have with my uncle. I remember several years ago when I graduated from high school, we had several family members that were in attendance, but I specifically remember my Uncle Jerome and Aunt Sharon. After I got off the stage and we were all taking photos, they handed me a card, and I remember opening the card and seeing a fresh, crisp $100 bill. I'll never forget that, because at that time, $100 was a whole lot of money to me, and it always stuck with me. One of my other fond memories with Uncle Jerome and also Aunt Sharon and several other family members was when we would go down to Palm Beach together. And I remember one particular visit, we went on a cruise, the whole family. We went on a day cruise, and that was it was my first cruise, but it was also one of the most fond memories that I have with my late uncle and aunt. One of my favorite performances by Uncle Jerome was back in 2018 when him and his band performed at the Christmas in the Park celebration. That was just such a memorable experience for me. I remember seeing him up there and just so proud of him. I was just so proud of him, seeing him doing what he loved to do and getting introduced to all his band members, and it was just a great experience. Like I stated before, I have so many fond memories of my uncle. I could go on and on. He was such a great person and had such a great attitude. One thing about my uncle is no matter what was going on, he was always very positive. Whether he was having a good or bad day, you'd never know. He was always kind to everyone and never had a bad word to say. Uncle Jerome, there really are no words to express how devastated I am by your loss. You were such an integral part of our family, and there's no one that could ever take your place. There's no one that could ever fill your shoes. But you left an example for all of us, all of your nieces and nephews in particular, of what a great uncle should be. And not only an uncle, but a great human being. Uncle Jerome, you are gone, but you are most certainly not forgotten. You are loved, and above all, you are cherished. Thank you so much for the great memories that we have. I will cherish them always. And to your sons, there are no words that can express how deeply sorry I am for the loss of not only your father, but also your mother, and within such a short time frame, the two of them passing. I know that you are deeply hurt right now. And all I can say is that I'm so sorry. And the family is here for you. And if there's anything you ever need, we're always here. To all of the fans and the friends, we are truly grateful for the outpouring of love and support. We know that you also loved AJ and that he was very special to you and important in your lives. Again, Uncle Jerome, you are loved, you will be missed, and until we meet again. Up next, you're going to hear a solo from our cousin Lisa Davis. And after that, you're going to hear several reflections from some more of our family members.
My name is Lisa Davis. I bring you greetings from Orlando, Florida. Blessings to my family. It is with a great heavy heart that I am singing this song today to one of my favorite cousins' funeral services, Mr. Jerome Mullins. Truly, he was a lover of life, a lover of people, and also a lover of music. And we shared that love for music. So I honor him today with this song entitled, It Is Well. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. It is well, it is well with my soul. And Lord, haste the day when my faith it shall be sight. The clouds be rolled back as the scroll, and the trump shall sound, and our Lord shall descend. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, oh my soul. Lord, it is well with my soul. Yes, it is well. It is well with my soul. I love you always, Jerome.
I am Jerome's sister-in-law. I remember receiving a phone call from my husband saying that his brother had passed. I was very shocked and could not believe what I had heard. AJ, he is gone, but he is not forgotten. AJ was a loving brother-in-law. He was a great uncle and loved his family very much. AJ was the type of person that you would be happy to be around. He was always pleasant and smiling. I could not have asked for a better brother-in-law. His presence around the table during the Christmas times, Thanksgiving time, is what I would really miss. And I also would miss his just coming over to visit his brother. Those are the times that I used to look forward to because it was great times, just knowing that I had a brother-in-law in the area that would pop up. And this Christmas is not going to be the same because AJ will no longer be around the table. And I'm used to AJ being around for many years during the Christmas. He and his wife, we shared many great times together. Those memories will last a lifetime. He was the life of the party. He played the guitar, he sang, and we just had great times. We will always remember those times. He's gone, but not forgotten. I will always remember him. Rest in peace.
Greetings in the name of Christ. On behalf of Cousin AJ, I'd just like to say, man, I'm gonna miss you. I love you. I'm always have you in my thoughts. And my prayers are for your family. I can remember a lot of good times that we had, a lot of good phone conversations. And thank God I was able and blessed to know you as a cousin. Very talented musician and a friend.
So my video may be a little unconventional today. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you about how wonderful my uncle was, AJ. You all know that. So just because he's not here with us in the physical doesn't mean that his energy, his spirit ceases to exist. So Uncle Rome, I'm gonna speak directly to you. So I am definitely gonna miss all the times you came by for a holiday meal or just a simple Sunday dinner, and we would just hang out, laugh, talk about how you were abused as a child by your older brothers, namely my dad. I'm gonna miss all the talks we had about health and physical fitness and wellness. I'm gonna miss sharing my secrets in terms of which black soap I like to use or the brand of shea butter. I'm gonna miss seeing you at your performances. I know you have been wanting me to come out for years to see you, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna come surprise you one of these days, but I'm not staying long. So I finally broke down and I saw you for the first time. I think it was 2018, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was like, okay, he's pretty good, this Uncle Rome. So this is what he's been doing at night. So I remember at the end of your set, you had introduced me to some of your fans, friends, extended family. And one lady was like, oh, so you're AJ's niece. And I remember looking at her thinking, who in the world is AJ? So, but she proceeded with others to tell me how angelic your voice was. She told me about the quality, the tone, the clarity. And me, although I do have great rhythm, I can't play an instrument. I can't sing to save my life. I am completely tone deaf. So I really couldn't appreciate just how good you were. But I did get a little glimpse when you played Purple Rain. And I was like, okay, he really is pretty good at this thing. He did that. All right, Unc, I see you. Gonna definitely miss going to see your performances, but I remember one time in particular, bless your heart, you invited us as a family to see you at Coconut Point in a stereo, and I'm thinking, okay, he knows mom is not coming out because, as we all know, she doesn't like any music unless it's gospel music. She's got zero interest. And then dad is the biggest homebody ever, but they both surprised us and agreed that we would go watch you as a family. And I remember we got there, you had no idea we were there because in typical Mullins fashion, we sat off in the cut in the back, and you didn't know we were there until Anya and I went up and we danced, and then your eyes popped out of your head, and it was so cute. So when you were done singing, you hopped off the stage and you ran to the back, and just like a little brother seeking his big brother's approval, you couldn't wait to find out what my dad thought about your performance. It was too cute. And I remember that night, women were coming up to you, taking pictures with you, hugging on you, and, give you a little kiss. And I'm like, okay, Uncle Rome, who is that? And you would have been well within your right to say, little girl, mind your business, let me do what I do. But no, you entertained me, and you were like, okay, well, she's a fan, she's a friend, she's a musician in another group. So those are the things that I'm definitely gonna miss. And even though it was a little bit weird watching you perform with your shirt unbuttoned and seeing you gyrate your hips, I thoroughly enjoyed each and every one of your performances. And I remember feeling just so proud. So definitely gonna miss those memories. And although I am sitting here laughing and smiling, I am definitely upset with you, Uncle Rome, because for you to be the picture of fitness and health, and you are always so concerned about your physical appearance, we really should not be here today. This is all ridiculous, but that is a conversation that you and I will have in our next lifetime. So until then, Uncle Rome, AJ, may God be with you, and we will definitely meet again. Until then, we're gonna miss you, and we love you.
Uncle Jerome, I'm gonna miss his laughter, his words of encouragement, but most of all, his love for music. I didn't know how talented he was until I had the pleasure of going to watch him play. How the crowd responded to him made me feel so proud to see my uncle up on stage. I'm going to miss you. Rest in peace. From your niece, Sharice.
Hi, Uncle Rome. I just wanted to say thank you for always bringing light, laughter, and love whenever you came around. And one thing that I could say about you was that you had a beautiful heart, a beautiful mind, and an even more beautiful soul. And I love and miss you.
Hi, Uncle Jerome. I just wanted to do this short video to let you know that you are truly going to be missed and you are truly loved. Please rest in peace, my uncle, until we see each other again.
This video is in tribute to my uncle, Arnold Jerome Mullins, that recently passed away from COVID-19. I can't begin to explain to you how much he really meant to our family. Each and every one of you that are probably viewing this video had a personal interaction with him that was contained to each and every one of you individually. But unfortunately, he passed away so soon that it's hard for myself and our family to grapple with his passing, because he meant so much to each and every one of us in our own individual and personal way. I mean, he was very intelligent, exceptionally talented, and I mean, if you ever needed him, he would be there for you, no matter the circumstances. If you called him, he would show up. And I think that's what my family is going to miss most about him, because he truly, truly, truly meant a lot to all of us. And he is going to be sorely missed. Thank you.
This is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. I'd like to share with you the meeting of Jerome and I after so many years of no communication. Being the offsprings of two brothers, we agreed to do better. And on May 27, 2017, at the second annual Celebration of Life picnic sponsored by my niece Shanita, we met up. Jerome's first words after greeting me were, "Oh, you look just like Aunt Mitt. Can you make that peanut butter cake like her?" I says, "I can make a peanut butter cake. I don't know if it's like hers or not." And at that time, my brother Lamar butted in, "Oh, Jen can make a peanut butter cake." Feeling trapped by Jerome and pressured by being trapped by Jerome and thrown under the bus by Lamar, I agreed to make the cake. Jerome says, "Call me and I'll come down and pick it up." But with my busy schedule, the May 2018 picnic date was fast approaching, and I had not had the opportunity to make the cake. I called Jerome and told him I would bring the cake to the picnic, which he agreed. I took the cake, he shared it with the family, but he whispered to me, "Next year you bring my cake and I'm going to take it home with me. I'm not cutting it at the park." So on the 2019 picnic I took to him, he put it in his car. And at that picnic, he bonded with my granddaughter, Latoria, sharing his love for music and his position with the band. He also invited her up to one of his future performances, which she agreed. She was so happy to know that she had another family member that was musically talented. And when I called her up to tell her of his demise, she was so sad that she had not had the opportunity to attend one of his performances and witness his passion for music. Jerome and I had spoken a couple of weeks prior to his death, and he said we had to cancel the 2020 picnic, so we are planning for the 2021. And don't you forget my cake. I said, "Okay, your cake will be there." Jerome won't be at the picnic in person, but his spirit will be there with us. And his cake, if the Lord spares my life. So I guess Lamar and Eddie would just have to eat the cake. So I said to Jerome, "Rest in peace, cuz. Until we meet again. Love you, Janetta."
Hi, my name is Kenyetta Mullins Moye, and I'm one of Uncle Rome's nieces, AJ, as most of you may call him. He was Uncle Rome to me. I have the fondest memories of my Uncle Rome. He was always very present and very involved as an uncle. One of my favorite Christmas memories of him goes back to the year 2014 or 2015. We were all in his living room sitting around the couches, and he and my cousin Patrick decided to put on what I remember as a concert, a performance in his living room. He pulled out his guitar and he played Purple Rain. That song I have in my memory to this day, but they played maybe an hour worth of songs for us on Christmas, so it was the most unorthodox but most enjoyable Christmases ever. Uncle Rome had this perpetual sense of adventure about him. Maybe 20 or so years ago, he and his family packed up all their belongings and went to the islands and opened up a bed and breakfast, which he enjoyed. After that phase of life, he went on to perform on the cruise lines, and he thoroughly enjoyed his experiences and meeting people from across the world and engaging with all those different cultures. So in my mind, he will always be remembered as a perpetual adventurer. As we process this grief that we're all experiencing right now by his untimely passing, I have to remind myself to do what I know what he would want me to do, and that is to try and find some happiness. I remember my Uncle Rome at previous family members' funerals. He was the person who seemed to be the comforter to the family. He always had this peaceful yet pleasant disposition about him, even in times of stress or grief. And so what I encourage us all to do as we process through this moment of grief, as we experience this loss, try and smile, because Uncle Rome would want us to smile. AJ would want us all to smile. That's simply the person that he was. And so to honor his memory, we should try our best to smile on.
How you doing today? My name is Mark Jerome Dent. I am the son of Arnold Jerome Mullins. I'm his oldest, 43. Our AJ was a good man, lived a beautiful life, had a beautiful family. He always smiled. And he wants y'all to be happy right now. He wants y'all to party and have a good time. Okay? So I just wanted to say that, you know, I was proud to have him as my father. I always love him. I just want to say, rest in peace, Dad. Love you. You're playing for the Lord now.
I'm all smiles, and I think Jerome would like it that way. As his memorial service is moving forward, I think you all can agree that AJ Jerome, aka AJ the Great, lived a life that we all could envy. Let's just all try to be like AJ. Let's try to impact people like AJ and like people have already shared. And let's make AJ proud of us. Now I'm going to bring forward something that you're really going to be proud of. One of AJ's friends on the guitar, music mates, David Johnson tribute. David Johnson was, if you don't know, David Johnson just an outstanding musician here locally and around the world. He's traveled with the Neville Brothers, just a great bass player and just an outstanding performer. I think I would not have met AJ had I not known David Johnson for many years, who introduced me to Willie Miller, who then brought in the collaboration band, and then I got a chance to meet those fine gentlemen, and AJ was a part of that. The friends and the band members will give a reflection. We'll give their reflections following that, and then we'll have a touching message to AJ's son from his brother Earl. Let's get going.
I'll be free, so don't you cry for me. I'll be where I need to be. I've had my fun, my work here is done, and now it's time to go on home. I see a better way for me, a place in eternity, and I'll meet the one they call God's Son. He'll say to me, come on, come home. At home, no sickness, pain, or tears, safe in the arms of the Father. The light of love will shine down on me, my love. And so I hope that you will know that wherever you may go, that life goes on. Go have your fun and smile for me when I go home, and say a prayer when I go home. Don't shed a tear when I go home. Just know that I loved you when I go home. When I go home.
I'm Marcy, AJ's friend and fellow high voltage band member. I first met AJ at the end of 08 or beginning of 09, somewhere in there, and we met on a high voltage gig, and we did the pre-gig matchup of lists, and he wanted to know what I sang and, you know, what music styles and genres I liked the most and all that sort of thing. And we found out very quickly that he knew 99.9% of my set list. So we were able to move on in our conversation to, you know, do you have a family? Do you have children? All that sort of thing. And that was a conversation we had many times over the years because AJ was so proud of his sons, and justifiably so. And he would be thrilled to share their accomplishments and their milestones, and so that was always great to hear about. At the end of that first gig, AJ came over to me and he said, you know, I was thinking you should sing some Betty Wright and we should work up Cleanup Woman for next week. And I was like, I love this guy. So things worked out pretty great for us professionally. AJ was a very big part of High Voltage's success. You know, he was a great talent, of course. He was well loved by musicians and audiences alike. I used to love watching him go out front to play guitar, and the people would just surround him and just, you know, scream their heads off because he was such a dynamic performer, and they just loved him so much. Even though he was so great, he was always reaching, always learning, always trying to hone his sound. And that was very inspiring to be around professionally because he was never just content to rest on his laurels. And it's really neat to be around somebody like that because it gives you the incentive and permission to try to reach and try to learn and grow. So that was a fantastic experience musically. Personally, AJ, as everyone knows, is very wise, very intelligent, very funny, very generous, and he always had time to listen and to give feedback. Ironically, the last gig that I played with AJ was also at the Naples Beach Hotel. That was on March 8th. And at the end of any gig, you know, you think you're going to see the person for the next gig. And at the end of the night, we always said, you know, you sound great, played great, you know, thank you. And just drive carefully, and I'll see you next time. And if I had known that would be the last gig, I would have gone back for one more hug, for sure. I texted him on June 28th, and he did not reply. He was not able to reply. And I still have that text in my phone, and I don't think I'm ever going to delete it. I think I have to keep this phone forever now. If I had the chance to talk to AJ one more time, I think I would just say thank you. Thank you for being an example personally and professionally. Thank you for sharing so much of yourself. And to his family, thank you. Thank you for sharing him with us. What we do requires us to go away. And thank you for sharing him with us. I will always carry AJ's light with me, on stage or off, from this point forward. I love you, AJ.
Hi everybody, I'm Mark Gonzalez, keyboard player with the Collaboration Band. I have my Space 39 t-shirt on today because that's the first place I met AJ Mullins. AJ used me on a gig as a sub, which I screwed up pretty well. But for some reason he decided to give me another shot, and we started doing some work together there at Space 39. That led to every Thursday night, Space Jam at Space 39. And then every Tuesday at Port Kings at Port Charlotte, and that turned into the Collaboration Band. And last couple of years we played together 5 nights a week, sometimes more. So I've gotten the chance to play a lot of music with AJ Mullins, and I'm always going to be grateful for that. You know, men, in my experience, don't spend a lot of time telling each other that they love each other or that they like each other or any of that sort of stuff. But you just know it. And one of the ways you know it is because you start doing stuff like zinging each other, you know. You start sticking it in each other's ribs a little bit. And AJ loved to do that. I'll just tell you a quick story. You know, I have a pair of sunglasses that I like to hide behind when I play. And I carry them back and forth to the gig in an eyeglass case. It's red. And one night I came to a gig and AJ looked at the case and he says, "Hey, is that your eyeglass case?" I said, "Yeah, you know, I know you know it, it's my eyeglass case, but whatever." He said, "I've got, you know, I got one just like that." I said, "All right." He said, "Mine's black." He said, "Most people, men, prefer to have like a black eyeglass case." So, "Oh, is that right?" And you know, it went on like that for a few more minutes, and by the time he got through, he'd managed to take the color of my eyeglass case and turn it into a question about my masculinity. And it was very funny. We used to also have a gig on Tuesdays where they would feed us. And so you'd set up early, and then you'd sit down, you'd have dinner. And it was just like having dinner together in a restaurant, because that's really what it was. You know, waitress came, took you order, the whole thing. And that leads to conversation. And I think it was there that I first started getting to know AJ, the man, as I learned and believed him to be. And we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about family. We talk about music, of course, musical history, people we played with, events in our lives, raising children, you know, all that good stuff, man. And it made me realize what kind of man AJ Mullins was. And that was a good man. He's a man who cared about people, loved his family, was generous, tried not to judge others. I'm going to miss AJ the musician a lot, but I'm going to miss AJ my friend more. Whether times are good or bad, happy or sad, Mr. Mullins, you get to work on that set list, young man, because we'll be up to play it with you pretty soon. I love you, AJ.
Hi, this is David C. Johnson. A few words about AJ. Without a doubt, I'm going to miss my brother. He is absolutely irreplaceable in my life. We've done so much together over the years, so many gigs with different bands, and he's just a one-of-a-kind person. He was extremely patient and kind to everybody. And I learned a lot from him just on patience alone and understanding and just being nice to everybody he met. I mean, he was a special, special person, and I'm going to miss him terribly. In my opinion, he was the only guitar player in Southwest Florida that knew the funk and R&B book where he could sing it and play it. He was my counterpart. And if I knew it, he knew it. And we would be in lockstep all the way. And it was a lot of fun to be around, a great guy to hang with. And there will never be another Arnold J. Mullins. And we will miss him dearly. I'm glad that he's graduated. So he is part of the graduating class of 2020 with honors. So shine on, AJ. You are loved. You are missed, but you will never be forgotten. Shine on, brother. We love you.
Hello, my name's Alonzo Smith, and I'm the bass player with the Collaboration Band. When I first met AJ, they was playing at Porky's. You had Morris Brooks on bass, and him and AJ, they lived close together. They were best friends, real good friends. And Morris couldn't make all the gigs, so Willie asked me to join a Collaboration Band. And that's when I really got a chance to meet AJ and start playing with him on a regular basis. AJ was always full of energy. When we get to the gigs, the first thing we always say is, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" You know, I say, "Hey, what's up, AJ? How you doing, man?" He said, "I'm doing good. How you doing?" And we start our night off like that. But AJ was very, very talented. He loved to sing. He could sing all night and play that guitar. And he played all the right licks, you know. I haven't really seen a guitar player, very few guitar players that could sing and play and dance like AJ can. So we grew together, you know, we watched each other on stage. When he did certain moves, I'll do certain moves with him. And then if I do certain moves, he'll do certain moves with me. And we just had that connection. And a good thing we always did was at like rehearsals. We all got together, me, Mark, Willie, and AJ. And that gave us a chance to get everything off our chest. If we had anything on our chest with each other, we would bring it to rehearsal and get it off. But AJ was the most talented guitar player, singer that I know. I remember doing a gig, a corporate gig, and we had to do some slow music. And we pulled some Santana off, like Europa, and some George Benson, Breezing. And AJ was a heck of a guitar player, along with being a heck of a singer. So I really, 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 really gonna miss AJ. We love him, and we'll miss you. Prayers out to the family, and thank you for everything. Peace.
So I got a request to just speak on my friendship with AJ, and I think most people know me by my name, which is Carrie. I'm Carrie Moore, and truly just another person who enjoyed listening to live music here in Southwest Florida. So anyway, I remember when I initially met AJ, it was at Space 39, which is a popular spot for a few of us that knew AJ and knew some different band members and different musicians that play. It's a great place to go. But he was initially playing with the band, and I showed up, and I don't even recall how our friendship started, but we just kind of took to each other. And whenever they would play, I would kind of made a point to show up because I enjoyed the music, and the whole band was just terrific. Great. Just great. So I remember getting out of church one Sunday, and it was always one of my favorite things to do was to go have a drink and lunch by the water somewhere, and I ended up going one Sunday afternoon down to Doc Ford's and started listening to another band play. And lo and behold, I showed up one Sunday, and AJ was playing with that band. So I quickly realized, how versatile he was, and a lot of different songs and genres, and just different talents that he had when it came to playing music. So anyway, we just kind of we had a great friendship. We could talk about anything. We could talk about nothing. We could just, be friends without anything being out of the way. He was always very respectful. Just a great guy.
A few words about my brother, my big brother, AJ Mullins. AJ was truly my brother. We traveled together, played music together, conversed about so many different things, man, in life and family. And he loved his boys. He loved his family more than anything in the world. He truly will be missed. We had our weekly lunches at Red Lobster on Thursday. He ordered his lobster bisque that he loved. AJ was the calm when I was the storm. He would always talk and say a calming word when a situation got a little heated. And he would always do that, and he had peace. He was a peaceful brother. Musically, man, I love the way we improvise, and we would be as one as far as when I would sing something, he would be right there on it, and our harmonies was just heavenly, sent from heaven above. So I want to say that I want to live my life to the point that I can see my brother again. AJ, we'll see you again. Love you. We'll miss you. But most of all, I want to honor your life, man, in a way that you will be proud to say, yeah, this was my brother. And until I see you again, my brother, heaven smile upon us. Love you. Bye.
Well, it's tough for me to figure out where to start, but here goes. AJ and I were bandmates for about 15 years or so, and over the course of that time, we became very good friends. He became one of my closest friends and most trusted advisors. I could call him about anything. And he was very free with his time. He would just come over. Well, yeah, let me come and look at that. I had an issue with some drywall. Of course, you know, he was a master carpenter. The guy could build anything. So he came over. Oh yeah, he figured it out. We went and got some materials and bang, 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 all done. I was like trying to give him money. No, you know, I'm glad to do it. I had a couple other issues around there. He knew all about it. He used to have his own pest control business at one point. He had an insurance business. I mean, he had a restaurant. The guy was amazing. And the more you talk to him, the more you realize what a wonderful person he was. He never had a really unkind thing to say. He always had a smile on his face. And always made going to work more fun, for sure. I know that we're like brothers, and we're only a year apart. This hurts. We love you, AJ.
AJ, you are one of the good ones. Like, one of the best ones. I'm really, really going to miss that smile of yours. I'm really, really going to miss those talents of yours. And I'm really going to miss just how awesome you would make me feel by uplifting me every time I would perform with you guys. It hurts, for sure. But I'm always going to remember just all of those times dancing around on stage with you. All of those times singing harmonies with you when you actually sang higher than I could. All of those times you would call out the song that I would sing, and I'd be like, oh yeah. And all of those times I would walk into Space 39 for Space Jam, and you would play Sarah Smile for me. I'm really, really gonna miss you. It doesn't seem real at all. But I hope to see you. And I hope you're up there playing lots and lots of music and flashing that incredible smile to everyone. Mwah. Love you, AJ.
My first experience with AJ was at the Viper Club or VIP Club. I can't remember. It's been a lot of different things now. I think the last known name was Rusty's. As a matter of fact, Collaboration played there at Rusty's. It's just so ironic and amazing how life can come full circle. That the first time I met AJ was at the Viper Club. I think it was the Viper Club. And then to come back years later and play there in the same building the first time I saw him, which later, became Rusty's. But anyway, AJ was just an amazing guy. He was one of my best friends. He was my partner in crime. We took the Collaboration band from nothing and turned the Collaboration band into a household name. And we built a legacy, up until the time he passed away. The cool thing about AJ is he was just the greatest guy. The other thing that I loved about him was his sense of humor, because AJ had the ability to take any just crazy, stupid word and turn it into a joke, and he'd have you cracking up. And that's what I loved about him. The collaboration band was formed about 3.5 years ago as a jam band. And I put this phenomenal R&B, Motown, funk and soul band together, but for a jam session. And the thing of it is, everyone told me I was crazy because of where I was going to be, launching this band. The place that I was going to be launching the band. So they told me, you are Motown, funk, soul, R&B band, and you are going to take this band to Port Charlotte, which is pretty much a redneck town, and to Porky's Roadhouse, which is pretty much a redneck bar. And I said, yes, we're going to do this, and we're going to do it, and we're going to make it, it's going to be really, really good. All my friends told me I was nuts, I was crazy. But I've been in the entertainment business for a very, very long time. And the one thing that I do know about Motown and R&B, anyone that, really loves country, and especially the older generation, they come up with the era, they come up in the era of Motown, Stax, and all of that soul music too. So the thing of it is knowing your market and knowing your demographics, you could probably pretty much do anything. So with that being said, we launched the band. The first time we played, we had 15 people there. About 3 months later, you couldn't get into the place. But they all thought I was crazy and I thought I was nuts. But I handpicked Mark Gonzalez, Morris Brooks, and AJ Mullins and myself. And we launched this amazing, amazing entity. There's hardly anyone that don't like Motown, R&B and soul music, So I think I did something that probably was crazy, I know. And yeah, I am crazy sometimes. But the one thing I do know is music, and I do know what people like. My experience over the last 3 years with AJ has been just absolutely amazing. We were able to come together as a group, and we're all older and mature. And the thing that I really loved about collaboration is, we never fought, because there's no reason to. We all worked together, to build and create something new and different, here in Southwest Florida, because, we were technically the only Motown band here. So, with that being said, I'm not gonna, drag this out. AJ has been an amazing inspiration in my life. He was not only my friend, but he was my brother. He was my bandmate. And the biggest thing is AJ was a golden voice for collaboration. And he was an amazing guitarist. So as we lay him to rest today, I ask that we all remember and cherish all of those memories that we had, that we got to share with AJ Mullins. Thank you guys so much.
Hello, my name is Daryl Nutt, and I'm a drummer in Southwest Florida. And I get called a lot to sub for other bands when their drummer can't make it. And a few of those bands have had AJ as the guitar player and singer. And I've probably played with him maybe 30, 40 times over the last 10 years. And every time I got called to do a gig and AJ was in the band, I was so excited because he's got such a great smile, and he's such a mild-mannered person, and never really joking around. Nothing's off color. Everything's straight-laced, and I love that about him. So whenever I got called to do a gig with him, I was so excited because my number one goal wasn't to play music with him, because that was phenomenal. It was always a great fit to play with him. But my goal was to make him laugh and break up at something probably inappropriate or something off color a little bit, because it brought me so much joy to see him laugh and just be completely shocked at what came out of my mouth. And I really look forward to that. And I think he started to the last few gigs we did, I think he kind of was waiting for that moment at the end of the night when we were loading up the truck together and putting all the equipment away, and we're all just exhausted. Usually they're outdoor gigs, so we're all sweaty and tired. And just out of the blue, when he doesn't expect it, I would say something that was just completely break him up. And that was a lot of joy that I got from him, and I hope he got that from me too. And I miss him. I miss you, brother. Miss you, AJ.
Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a couple minutes and pay tribute to my friend and fellow musician, AJ. I'm Steve McDougall, and I'm the band leader for CTO High Voltage, and AJ has been playing with us pretty much since around 2005, I guess, give or take. And we're all very fortunate to be involved with him in any way, because he was a great guy and consummate professional musician. He was kind of the rock of our band for all those years. He was always the one you could rely on to be there all the time and to be very professional, and he could carry any gig, anytime, any place. And always striving to be better, always being a happy person, being larger than life. And while it's pretty sad and shocking that he's not with us, I'm pretty happy and fortunate that I got to know him for as long as we did, and we could all learn from how AJ lived, and he'll surely be missed.
Mark, Alex, and Anthony Mullins, you're important to us. We, that is the rest of the Mullins family, want to honor Jerome, your father, and the way we have chosen to show our appreciation for the kindness and grace Jerome has shown each one of us is by affirmatively making a commitment to his sons. At least the family members that I have spoken with about this are in agreement. Arnold Jerome Mullins, AJ, Jerome, cast a large shadow wherever he went, be it Hamilton, Fort Walton Beach, Webster, Newark, Boston, Montreal, Port St. Lucie, West Palm Beach, St. Lucia, or Fort Myers. It didn't matter. There's someone in each one of those places whose life was impacted in a good way because they were fortunate enough to have met your dad. We all are better, and our lives have been enriched for having known Jerome. Those who knew your father would probably say, Mark, Alex, Anthony, you have some big shoes to fill. After all, your father rose from being the son of a sharecropper and became a very respected and sought-after entertainer. Thus, before long, if not now, you will probably tell yourself, I have some big shoes to fill. I beg to differ, and this is my point of departure. Instead of large shoes to fill, it is my sincere belief that Sharon and Jerome Mullins have given you a strong foundation to build upon. They instilled in you love and principles that will carry you through the rest of your life. You have a strong network of family and friends, but most importantly, today, the time we are living in is a day of reckoning. Your generation is shaping America. The world is yours. You are well prepared. Having the experience of multiple cultures gives you a huge advantage and perspective, unlike your peers. In summary, take the principles and love your parents gave you. Use your strong support network. Lean into the awakening and culture, and you will thrive. On behalf of the family, I wish you all the best.
Man, this is a way to really celebrate life. I am enjoying this memorial service, and I'm just so thrilled that I've had a chance to be a part of this. And from the family members, I've gotten all of your emails and texts and phone calls thanking me for being a part of this. But I want to thank you. I want to thank you for allowing me to have such an honor. I've never done this with my television show, and I've never done this type of a format that is we had to do because of the circumstances, and we wish that we could have all been live at a memorial service, but the social gathering rules would not allow us to do that. So I'm glad that AJ had this opportunity with all of us coming together from all over the country. I want to give some special acknowledgements. I want to especially acknowledge Daryl Nutt. He put all of this together behind the scenes with Deaf Media Group, Pastor Glover of Mount Hermon Ministries, Willie Miller, and the Collaboration Band. Willie and the band, especially Willie, has been working from his bed, making all of this happen. Willie, thanks for reaching out to me, and thanks to the family again for letting me be a part of this. I consider myself an honorary member of the Collaboration Band, and maybe you guys will let me sit in the next time you do My Girl. Collaboration Band will continue to perform, continue to carry on the legacy that Jerome left, and as his nieces and nephews would say, Uncle Jerome. CTO High Voltage Band members, shout out to you. And all the friends and family who was a part of making this memorial service possible, we want to thank you. The family is asking in lieu of sending flowers and things of that nature that you go about helping to contribute to the well-being of his sons as they grieve. His two youngest sons have lost their father, and you can go and be a part of helping them out through a campaign entitled In Memory of Jerome A.J. Mullins. That's the GoFundMe campaign entitled In Memory of Jerome A.J. Mullins. The name should be listed on the screen, of course, and go to that page. Make any kind of contribution that you can make. Again, no flowers are asked for. Up next, you will get to see a performance where Jerome will perform one of his patented songs that everybody loves to hear him do. He's taken Prince's song and made it his own song. I can't wait to see this. Purple Rain. Stay tuned after the Purple Rain performance. Then we will get a chance to see Collaboration Band live right here at A.J. Mullins Jerome's Memorial Service. I'm Lee Pitts of Lee Pitts Live on Fox 4 on television. We've been on the air for now in our 28th year. And of all the things that I've been able to do on television, there is nothing, nothing that come close to the importance of this moment on this day to come together virtually and celebrate the life and times of my good friend with the big smile and the wonderful personality, the man on the guitar, AJ the Great. AJ, we miss you already. We know you up in heaven looking down at us, making this great fuss about you, and it's well deserved.
I never meant to cause you any problems. I never meant to cause you any pain. Only wanna one time see you laughing.